Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me again today as we walk through Proverbs. Now we're on Proverbs 3, and today we're kind of going to shift gears a little bit. We've talked about wisdom the past couple of days. Today we're going to talk about generosity, and Proverbs 3 has some interesting things to say about generosity. Let's start Proverbs 3, 9, and 10, and then I'm going to read Proverbs 3:27. Starting in verse 9, honor the Lord from your wealth, your abundance, and from the first of all you produce. So your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will overflow with new wine. And then in verse 27 it says, do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to do it. Those first couple of verses it's really easy to take that out of context. Honor the Lord from your wealth. So if you're generous, be generous so that your barns will be filled with plenty, so that your vats will overflow. So we're going to be generous because God is going to bless us immensely. That's not why we should be generous. That very well could be a side effect of us being generous, of us giving our first fruits, of us taking from our abundance and giving to other people. It could be, but I am not in line with the health and wealth gospel that we're gonna. It's all about God blessing us. It's all about God blessing us. We're going to be generous, but it's because God is going to bless us. It's because He's going to give us all these things. That's not why we need to be generous. We need to be generous because it's in line with God's character. Think about what you have in your life. Even if you're the poorest of the poor, think about what you have and what God has blessed you with. How generous has He been to you? How generous has He been? I would wager that you couldn't possibly outgive God. I remember one year when I was doing my taxes. This was a long time ago. We were young. I was doing my taxes, and it's like the first time we got to itemize our deductions. And so we'd given 10%. I'd given $3,600 to the church that year. And I was, wow, well done you. Awesome. And then as I was going through all of my income, what I realized is that through the year, we had gotten $5,400 in unexpected income. And I was just floored, and it was crystal clear to me that you cannot outgive God. As much as I wanted to be proud of the fact that we had tithed, that we had given 10%, God had blessed us more than that 10%. He had blessed us more. And it's so amazing when you see things like that. And there's a ton of stories like that. You just can't outgive God. Generosity is in His character, and it should be in ours. And verse 27 says, do not withhold good from those to whom it is due when it is in your power to do it. If you have abundance and there's a need that you can fill, being in line with God's character means you're going to fill it. You're going to be generous just as He has been generous to us. Would you pray with me? Father, thank you for your generosity. Help us today to mirror that generosity as we are generous to others. Amen.